Hello, everybody. I'm Randall Baxter. I'm the president of Asset Positioning Services in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm the author of a book called Approach, Plan, Succeed, and another book called Family Tree Asset Positioning, Your Go-To First Interview. The purpose of those ebooks is to lead you into the awareness that there is a software program called FamilyEstateDocs.com. And that's our proprietary software that allows all financial services providers to have access to an easy to learn, easy to use, affordable software program with training and coaching in order to add estate planning to your product and service portfolio. So this is what you get. Every one of our licensees get a web page just like this. The only difference is up in the right-hand corner where it's got my name and my picture and my company, it would have your name and your address and your picture. But everything else would be almost the same. Now, my website's a little more detailed than the one you're going to have because it's set up for my website also represents what the master licensees and the senior master licensees would get. And this video is also set up for the training on licensees and for master licensees and for senior licensees. So if you have some paper and want to take some notes, I'm going to walk you through the software as we go right here. So all people have to do, and everybody, all they have to do is type in FamilyEstateDocs.com. And then all you would have to do as a licensee is log in to your page. And as a licensee, when you log in, you're going to log in using the email address that you registered under, just your email address. And then you can go in and change the password if you want to. So that's the first thing you need to be aware of. But when you do that, what you're going to do is pull up this page. And you can see right here, there's a video right in front of us about making a sale using our platform. It only takes 4 minutes to watch. And something I've learned that out of so many licensees, most of those licensees have never watched that video. So one of the first things you want to do is watch that video. So, and that's important. And we're not going to watch it today, but all you got to do is click on it. And every licensee gets the same web page, and that video is right there, making a sale using our platform. And you can see over here on the right-hand side, there's some links that you can go to, vanity links and things like that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But what I want you to do first is I want you to watch what I'm doing right here. I'm going up and I'm clicking on the sales column. And you can see you've got sales, you've got marketing, you've got forms. If you're a master licensee, you'll get the network and the team. But you've also got a link here for your account and your videos and frequently asked questions. And one of the biggest problems I had with this software is I didn't have time to learn it, and I was halfway afraid of it for about 3 or 4 years. And then Steve Holmes taught me, and Steve Holmes is here with us today. But Steve Holmes taught me to use it, and then the more I use it, the more I realized there's no reason to be afraid of it. It's very, very simple, very, very easy, and very, very affordable. So you're going to click on sales, and you can see that when you click on the sales column, you have 4 drop downs. And all you have to do is look at those drop downs and see what they say. One's client sales. One is a free trial. You can go in here and view your customers, or you can launch a client demo. And some people get confused between the free trial and the client demo. So we're going to talk about that in a minute, but let's go to client sales first. This first page, when you click on it, this is your landing page. So if you go out and you sell an estate plan using my Family Tree Asset Positioning Go-To First Interview, you'll get this sales page. This is your landing page. And you can see right up here, it's the price is built in at $1,995. Now that's the gross price. You can lower the price if you want to. We don't like for you to raise the price because we want, the whole purpose of having this software is to get in the door and to sell the estate plan in order to get yourself, to lead yourself into the back end sale. And we're not going to talk about the back end sale today. I just want you to be comfortable with how to register your sale for the estate plan. So you've got your purchase price for $19.95. And then so you got this small print down here. Do you have a promo source code or a referral code? And we're going to look at that here in just a minute. But when you come down, your client puts their name in, and they put their last name in and their email. Somebody asked me the other day, and they thought it was just silly that there was 2 email requests on there. And I said, well, it's not silly because some of us don't type everything in right the first time. And the reason we put the confirm email on there is because we want you to type it in twice correctly instead of once wrong. So then you put their address in and the client city, and then down here with the client state, you can see that this software is good in all 50 states, all 50 states. And something else you need to be aware about this software is it's something called decision tree programming. So you can see right now it's in Alabama, but if I want to come over and click on Tennessee, I'll tell it that this trust is going to be a Tennessee trust, and the software automatically knows to print this trust out using state of Tennessee approved language. So if I want to go over and change it to Nebraska, it's going to print in the approved language for revocable trust in Nebraska. That's how smart this software is, and that's how easy this software is. But you always got to be sure that you put the right state in there for your client. And then we'll come down here and we'll do the credit card. And you can see the credit card. You just put in the basic credit card number and stuff like that. And then you can go down to the purchase. Now all you got to do is click the purchase, and it's going to charge $19.95. Now, I'm going to come back up here and talk about, and there's still a lot of licensees who are out discounting. I've got some licensees that have sold 5, 6, 7 estate plans this year and have never charged $19.95, and it's up to you to do that. I know you have friends, I know you have relatives, and even yourself. You can buy this same trust and you can change the price right on this page, and we'll show you how to do that. The first thing you need to do is read this small print right here. Do you have a promo source code or referral code? And if you do, you click right there, and it brings up this little box and says, well, put in the code. Well, most people look at that and go, well, how do you find the code? So I'm going to show you right now how to find the discounting code, and you'll always find a discounting code in marketing. So you're in sales, but you're going to have to go to marketing and click on promo codes. And you'll see that the promo codes there lower the price by $100 all the way down to $695. Now, $695 is the lowest wholesale price that you can get. And if you sell this trust for $695, you will not make any money. But you can buy the trust for yourself for $695. You can sell it to your clients for $695 if you want to do it as a gift. But all you have to do is write down the promo code. You can see right here, if you want to sell it for $695, the promo code is secured $695. If you want to sell it for $14.95, you type in the promo code interest $14.95. So I'm going to do that for you once here and show you what's going on. So I'm going to come back to sales. We're going to click on that, and we're going to click on the promo code, and I'm going to type in INTEREST 1495, and I'm going to apply the code. And look what happens to the price up here. It went from $19.95. You just given your client a $500 discount. Now the final price is $1,495. Now, something that a lot of people are not aware of, it is possible for you to charge $695 and put the sale on your credit card and then have the client pay you. So it's okay if you're an insurance agent. It's okay if you're not a licensed person. It's usually not okay if you are set up under a broker dealer. The broker dealers don't want you to do that. They want you to, if you're going to do this, they want you to charge the $19.95, run it through the software program. But some of you who say, hey, I need to generate some income for myself very quick, you might sell it for $19.95 on a paper app, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Sell it on a paper app, collect their money, have the money go to you or your credit card billing system or to your company for $19.95, and then get the check cash and then enter it at $6.95, and then you've got your profit up front. So So that's just something that you need to be aware of. And you can, if you have more questions about that, feel free to contact us, and either myself or Steve or Greg will answer that question for you and show you how to do it. So anyway, that's the first thing. If you're going to make a sale, you can go to client sales, click on that, and go right to it. Okay. So the next thing is a free trial. Now, when you click on a free trial, this is something that you can issue to as many people as you want to. You can do it individually on this page, or you can do it on a mass level where you send it to 100 people on your email or in your Active Campaign or your Chipmonkey or whatever that is, MailChimp. You can send the link, and all you got to do is come up here and copy this link right here. Just copy the link at the top and paste it on the email page, and send them the link and say, hey, I think you might benefit from a conversation with me about your current estate plan. Usually when people do that, they usually learn something they weren't aware of. But in the meantime, if you just like to look and see what we do, here's a free trial that'll take you through the process, and then we can talk about it later. So you can use the free trial, and we have a really, really high success rate on sales for people who issue the free trials. And I do teach that class. It's already on the randallbaxter.com FTAP training and FTAP courses, and you can go in and watch the video on how to sell based on the free trial. So, and then if you're having trouble with it, give us a call, make an appointment, and either myself or Steve or Greg will help you with it. So you've got your free trial, and then down here you can even view your customers. And it takes, every customer I've got is on this website, and it takes a little while to load it up, but you can see right through here that it's loading up, and it loads up section at a time. But I think there's like 160 of my clients on here, but it'll save every client that you sell is going to be on your website. Okay, so we don't have to go too deep into that. But then we can come down here and launch a client demo. We might not be able to launch a client demo if it doesn't load up. So hold on a second here. You can see right now it's loading up all of our clients. Okay, so you can see right here, and when it loads up a client, it tells you the date they bought it and who it was, and it's funny, this gentleman right here bought a trust, Douglas Boast, and then had a Filipino wife and a Filipino child, and he had it about 6-7 months and passed away. And you can see Mr. Mustin, my friend Gerald Mustin, he's passed away. There's a couple other people on here that are just no longer with us, and thank goodness that we had the estate plan set up. So you can see right here that it saves every client that we have. The next thing I want to show you on sales is to launch the client demo. When you click on launch this client demo, it automatically takes you to the page where you can do the interview. It takes you to the same page as if you sold the estate plan. So you need to be aware of that. But this is the same page that if you issue a free trial to, right here, if you issue the free trial and they click on it and accept the free trial, it will take it'll take your suspect or your prospect to the same page as the launch the client demo. So there's 3 ways to access this page that you're looking at right now. One is you sell the case, and you go to sales, and that first top drop down, and you get their credit card, and then they're approved, and then they can go to this page. Or you can do the free trial, and it'll go to this page, or you can do the client demo and it'll go to this page. So if you're a new licensee, you probably want to go in here and walk through all of this information. You can see when you come to this page, you've got these buttons on the right, and these are, again, it's decision tree programming, and these buttons are set up to, first thing you do is you click on your information. You're going to be able to go in here and click in the information for your client. On the demo, it says John Doe, but if you just want to go in, and you can click on it and change it, and go over to trust provisions, okay, and it gives you the trust things. And one thing that I like licensees to know is this little, see this little blue button here with the question mark. Anytime that you have a question or your client has a question, if you're walking them through it, and if they're talking about the trust date and they have questions about the trust date, all you have to do is click on that little blue ball with the question mark, and it gives you everything that you need to know about what to do with the trust date. It's not true actuality, but I like to infer to the licensee, but this is your lawyer talking. He's explaining it to you. So that, and I would, if I were you, I don't think I would answer questions without clicking on the blue ball and just reading it off, because that way you won't make any mistakes. So anyway, you can go down here as you answer the questions. Do you have separate property that you wish to keep separate? If you don't understand what that is, you can click on it. Maybe I can get out of this. Okay, yeah. Do you or your spouse have property that is not community or marital property? Those questions are going to come up. So all you have to do is remember that your website is easy to use and easy to learn and is decision tree programming. So you don't, you're not doing any legal work. All you're doing is answering the questions that the software that has been written by attorneys ask you to go get the answers on. So some of you that new won't know the difference between a standard trust and an AB trust. So if you have a question on that, all you got to do is come over here and click on the button, and it'll tell you what an AB trust is. If you don't understand that, give us a call. Either Greg or myself or Steve will answer your question, and we'll talk to you about it. And if we can't get the answer, we'll call Frank Divers, one of the attorneys, and we'll get it answered. We prefer that you send your questions through us, because Frank's got thousands of licensees, and he can't answer the questions. And that's supposed to be what we're supposed to do. So anyway, you got your trust provisions, and now you got to is answer the questions. And you go down here, and it's going to ask you who your children are. Now that doesn't know, it's not wanting to know who your grandchildren are. Okay, so if you're selling an estate plan, you can go in here and put the names and who they were born to, and you can edit it if you want to. But let's click on Mary Doe Minute right here and take a look. And you can see this is the screen that you get up. And first thing it asks for is this a child of both John and Jane, or did John bring a child to the marriage, or did Jane bring the child to the marriage, and is it a son or a daughter? Because you can see right here, they give you the options on the drop down, 3 options. One is the child belongs to both John and Jane, but most of the family trees that I do, a lot of them have a child that they brought to the marriage. So it might only say John Doe's daughter. Okay, and then you put the name of that child down there, and you put their birthday in. That's important because it's going to ask you a question of do you cover, when does the child get the money if they're going to inherit it? So anyway, you want to tell whether it's male or female and a U.S. citizen. And right up here where it says adult disabled, I always forget that and have to go back. But if the child's not disabled, just say no. But if the child is disabled, then the software is going to print out what you need to know about how to handle a disabled adult. And you'd be surprised how many people have a disabled adult. I think Steve, you and I went to call on somebody several years ago out in Rockwood or Harriman or something like that, where parents were living with a severely disabled adult. And that's something that they have to deal with the rest of their life. And some of their primary concerns was, what do we do when we have passed away? How do we take care of this disabled adult? And so when I talk about avatars and suspects and things like that, if you've got a client list or somebody that's got a disabled adult, I think that they would probably benefit from a conversation with you about their current estate plan, because they may learn something they weren't aware of. So you put in their street address and the city and everything, and you can put in their email if you want to, make any notes, and then you just submit it. So you can go all the way down. You can delete it if you want to, but you can put in all the children. And then we go down here to distribution options, and you click on that. And this is where you're going to make some decisions about how money gets distributed. And especially, you may want to go down here to, you can look, see, do you want early distribution for extracurricular activities? Yes or no. Do you want early distribution for matching scholarships? And, you know, if you just walk your client through this, they'll really appreciate the fact that you're helping them, and you'll come apart as really knowledgeable, and it makes it really, really easy when you have to pivot over to the back end sale. But you can look up here, you can break payments down into 3 categories, 25, 30, 35, or you can say, no, just go ahead and distribute everything at age 18 if you want to, and just put it in there, and then you're on your way. Okay, so the next thing that we want to look at is the roles. So the roles in the software, it's like having your own vocabulary, your own dictionary inside the trust. So if anybody has a question, go to the roles. You don't have to, if you're new, you don't have to memorize all that stuff. You just go to the roles page and look it up, and you'll be able to describe it. This yellow button is for, I did a trust yesterday with a couple from Chicago that had moved down to Crossville, Tennessee. They had a trust, an Illinois trust, but they wanted a Tennessee trust, but they didn't have any children. So their heirs in that situation was the National Geographic Society and a Fraternal Order of Police, and because they were both retired police people, and I think it was for some charity for the blind. So you can go in and add people and organizations right here. Okay, and then you come over. You have to add them before you can make them a beneficiary. So remember that every person named in the trust has to be either you, okay, your information, your children, or other people. And those other people might be your powers of attorney if it's not somebody in your family, or power of attorney for healthcare. They all have to be named inside either this document or this document before you can go to this document, which is the beneficiary selection. So what it's going to do, the software is going to give you an option. You can edit it. Okay, so if you've got Betty Doe getting 25%, you can go in and change the percentage if you want to. Or you can come over here and take a list at all the listed people that you put in on the yellow button or the red button, your children. It's got everybody in there, okay, that might possibly be a beneficiary on this case. So, and then you talk about who the contingent beneficiary is going to be. So these are just things you need to know. But if you don't understand spendthrift, and if somebody says, hey, I've got a child that can't handle money, or I've got a child that as soon as they get money, they spend it, you might want to click on that button and talk about and show them that the trust has built-in spendthrift protections. So then all you have to do is read it to them, or if you want to, you can even click on the video. So you can do the beneficiary selection, and we can go down here and you can also disinherit people. Now, if you're going to disinherit someone, you have to add them in the add people and organization before you can disinherit them. But one of the trusts that I did yesterday, the guy had disinherited his brother. He said, I said, why are you naming him? And he said, because I want to be sure he doesn't ever get anything. Okay. Because they don't have any children, he didn't want his brother coming in and making claims. So then you have trustee selection. So when we go in, and you have to understand trustor and trustee, and there's a little video up here about choosing your trustees, and you can go in, and when you choose the trustees, if they're not already named, you have to go up to add people and add that person as a trustee. And then you can go in and put your trustees in. Same thing on your financial agent. Okay, so nobody can be named unless they're either on the children list, on your information list, or they have been added into the people and organizations. So when we go all the way down here to advanced care directives, and there's 2 right here, because in most cases there's a husband and wife, and then you've got organ donation and guardian selection. And if you pick a guardian that's not in the family, it's not going to let you do it unless you go back up and add them on that yellow button. So if you're saying, hey, I want Uncle Bob and Aunt Sue to take care of my children, you're going to have to put Uncle Bob and Aunt Sue up there on that yellow button. Okay, so then you have other options, and those are they can go in and they can type whatever they want. Okay, you can see that, and put their answers in there if they want to. They don't have to. Okay, and then once you're done, I'm gonna come over here and click on review just a minute. Okay, and you can see right now that uh, there's no red print. Okay, so when you review, I'm gonna go in here and change something. Let's go in and and take some of these answers out. Um, let's see if we go in, and if there's something missing or something that you have to have on the beneficiary selections, let's say I delete Betty and I delete Paul. Um, and now see, I've got only got 75%. There's an error sitting there. It says error total shares must equal 100%. Um, anytime this software is so smart that if you're doing something wrong, it tells you. So when I come onto the review now, a minute ago you didn't see any blue, but when you go to the review, if you see something pop up that's in red ink, it's going to tell you what's wrong. Okay. And then if you click on it, it's going to take you where you need to go to fix it. So, a few minutes ago, I said, hey, it's easy to use, easy to learn. Well, this is how easy it is because it's a decision tree program that all it's doing is asking you questions. And if you don't answer the questions, it's going to red flag you and say, answer the question. So you're not practicing law, you're just answering the questions. So you can go down to your review. I'm going to go in and if I fix that, let me go back in and make um, I can edit it and say, well, I don't want anybody else to get anything. I'm just going to change Mary Doe to 50%. And then when I go back down to review, it's going to see that now I have no more red ink. Okay, so that means that I've done everything according to what's being asked. Okay, so you don't want to skip anything, and you want to be sure that you get everything done right. Um, uh, and you need to go through the questions. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what goes on. And then right here on this question, if the review is complete, click here to continue. So you click right there, and it's going to take you over to the pages where you can start printing your documents. And this is one I had trouble with, and it took Steve a long time to break it down to my brain. But now I've got the trust already done, so I can click on the revocable trust. I've already answered all the questions, and now it's going to give me an option right here. And you can see it's either going to let me edit the interview, it's going to let me generate the document, or upload the document. Okay, so in this situation, you can see in the gray area right here, no documents found. So I need to generate the document. Now it's processing, and based on the information that we put in, it's processing the request. And what it's actually doing is it's putting the trust together for you, using the language from the state that you picked, which might be different from the language of a state you didn't pick. So when this drop down comes right here, document has been generated, just say okay. And now there it is. There's your document. It's ready to go. And what's important is the document generated Friday, 12/15/2023 at 11 a.m. That's I'm sorry, at 11 minutes after 7 a.m. And it generates everything in Pacific Standard Time because that's where the software was written. So although it's a little later here on Eastern Standard Time, it's going to generate at Pacific Standard Time. So then all you have to do is click on it, and it's going to come up in this upper right hand. It's going to download, and then I'm going to open the file. And now you have a trust completely ready to print. And then all you got to do is print it off and deliver it. Now, be sure that you make a Godiva delivery, but we'll talk about the Godiva deliveries in a different interview. So that's how you get the estate plan set up. And you can go back in here and I can do the last will and testament. And it says, look, there's no last will and testament in there. And I go, well, I just finished it. So I want to generate the document. So if you're out there and you have a sale and it's your first one, all you have to do if you're having questions with this is call us, make an appointment. Steve or Greg or myself will help you with it. And now we see we got the pour over wheel now. Now all you have to do is click on it and open it up. And now we've got the last will and testament ready to print. So remember what I said to you a few minutes ago? It's easy to learn, easy to use, easy to fix. The software actually will talk to you and tell you when there's a problem. So what we've been doing for the last few minutes is we've been reviewing the sales side of your software, and every one of our licensees will have this exact same sales stuff, and the only difference will be your name will be up here, your company name, your address, your email address, your phone number, and your mugshot. So I'm going to move on from sales to marketing. And remember now, very first thing in marketing was those promo codes. So we'll look at those one more time. There's all the promo codes if you want to lower the price. I just want to encourage you, you don't have to lower the price. I'm going to show you why I mean, it's worth $19.95 and you need to understand that. And I'm going to show you why here in a minute. But we're going to, on marketing, I'm going to go back over here. And this is probably what I'm about to show you here. This is the most unused portion of the website. And sometimes I don't understand it, but why? Because maybe it's just because people don't like to read. But this is your complete training program, the complete training program for revocable trust. And I think probably sometime in January, I'm going to go ahead and do a class on it. But you've got a complete training manual for estate planning. And what I tell people, it's 110 pages long. You might not want to print it all out, but you can come down here and look at the table of contents. Okay. It goes over everything that you might want to know about what's inside an estate plan. And it's not really as hard as it looks right here, because a lot of you'll learn a lot of it you probably already know because you had to get licensed in the state that you live in on the insurance side. So a lot of it you already are aware of, but it breaks each and every topic down. So sometimes if you want to save time, if you say, oh my gosh, I've got to call Steve or Greg or Randy and get the answers, if you just go to this training manual, you'll see that in most cases, the answer is there for you already. You can see it even talks about DeedWorks, and we're going to have a class on DeedWorks here soon. So you folks who want to do deeds remotely, you can do that in any state. So if you run into somebody that's got a deed in South Carolina and they're setting up a Tennessee trust and you don't know an attorney in South Carolina who can do it for you, you can go to DeedWorks and set up their quitclaim deed form. Now there's a fee for that, and that doesn't come out of your $19.95. That's something they're willing to pay for. And I will also tell you that people are willing to pay up to $300 to have a quitclaim deed, as long as they don't have to deal with it. And that's what the going retail price is right now, is $300, and that includes money to register the deed with the courthouse. So if you have those questions, if you really want to be good at this, you'll go in and study all these different chapters as soon as you can. But it's a very well-written book, and it'll teach you and answer almost any question that you have. Now, I want to go back over here to marketing again. So we talked about the training manual. There's also some handouts. So here's a handout that you can do, and you can print it, and you can put your logo on it. But it's a little quiz you can hand out that says, do I need a will or a trust? And all you got to do is ask the questions, and it gives you a score. And then you can flip it over if you want to find out, what you score. When you click on that, it'll tell you what the score is. And if you have a score of 0, you're probably fine with no estate plan. But if you should have at least a last, if your score is 1 through 5, you should at least have a last will and testament, and should consider a living will with advanced directives. And then if you have a score over 5, you should have an estate plan. So all the marketing materials are very professionally done. They lead the client to make a decision. And we can come back over here and go back to marketing. And we can see that there's a flyer here for the 4 must-haves. And you can send this click. You just click that link and mail it to people by email if you want to. So what happens if you're incapacitated? What happens if you need last 4 must-haves: a durable power of attorney, a durable healthcare power of attorney, and advanced care directives? Last 4th must-have is for everyone, and there we're talking about an estate plan with a revocable trust in it. So you've got all the brochures, and you can see right here, you can put your information in it. Okay, contact us today. So this is all stuff you don't have to do. It's already been done for you. So you can go down here and here's about the benefits of our particular platform. You can see a family estate docs and all the benefits. And if you just want to talk to me, if you're doing a Zoom call or whatever, you can go down here and say, here's why you want this. It's easy. It's built for you and me. It's fast. It's affordable. It's flexible. It's convenient. Gives you the protection for spendthrift provisions. We've already watched that video. And in protection, attorney drafted. Everything's attorney drafted. So if somebody doubts you at all, said, this is why you want it. You scored over a 5. This is what you probably ought to have. So we'll come back over here, and there's another flyer there that talks to you about do you need an estate plan? Okay, so this is what I call the basic avatar. It's trying to describe who needs an estate plan. It has not got a name on it yet. You have to identify those people, and once you identify those people based on this information, you now have a suspect that might benefit from a conversation with you about their current estate plan, and they're probably going to learn something they weren't aware of. And so it gives you a definition here of who qualifies. Okay, so or who might need one. So anyway, we're going to go back over here to marketing and look down here at this booklet. Okay, now I've already given you the training manual, but you also there's a generic booklet about understanding estate planning. You can click on that. And for those who aren't quite ready, this is talking to the retail level. Okay, the other one is the training manual for you. This is on the which I call the wholesale level, and this is again, it gives you the qualifications. Why would you want an estate plan? And it gives you the yes or no answers here. And this is building your avatar. This is building your suspect list. And you can send this to your client. All you have to do is copy the link and email it to them if you want to. So and again, very professionally written, very professionally set up. So in the marketing department here, we have the sales department. Okay, your landing page, your free trial, your list of all your customers, the client demo, and then we go to marketing. You got your promo codes, training manual, understanding estate planning for your clients, and all these flyers and all your handouts, and it's all electronic. And it's electronic age, so you can take these links and click them onto an email and send it to people. Okay, but the next thing is forms, and some people, if you're out and about, I like to keep some of these forms in my briefcase because I might be out talking to somebody and they might be asking me questions. They might say, I want that. And I'll say, great, I've got the paperwork right here. First thing I need is a credit card authorization form. Now, this credit card authorization form, you don't need it if you're using the software. But you need it if you're out and about and don't have your computer with you and don't have the software on it. You need to get authorization on their credit card. And if they give you that, they've just bought an estate plan from you. But you want to be sure that they sign it because they're giving you permission to go to your website, go to your sales page, and enter their name and address and their credit card number on the sales page for them, and you're ready to roll. Okay, so you've got your credit card authorization, but you've also got right under that something else you want to look at on forms, and that's there's a client signing guide, and then this is something that if somebody buys the trust without you and they want to have a guide to take them through it, this is what they use. I just want to encourage you to try to be of service to people and be there, be present with them and help them through it. But also on the forms, there's a data entry authorization form. So if I'm out having a cup of coffee with somebody and I don't have my computer with me, I'm going to get the credit. I can go to my notebook and I can pull out a credit card authorization form. And then I can also have this interview certification, which if you look right here, I hereby certify that I have completed the provided interview questions myself and that my answers are truthful and correct. And I authorize, in this situation, if it was me, Randall Baxter, or their staff, or Asset Positioning Services, or your company, or you, to enter this information into the document templates on my behalf. And that any assistance he or she is providing is solely in a secretarial or ministerial capacity, not as a lawyer. And they understand that up front. So when they sign that, what you're saying is, hey, he or she has not provided any legal advice or counseling and has not selected which documents I am purchasing. So when they sign that, you're getting a release saying, hey, I'm not practicing law. And people ask me for that all the time, or ask me about that. All right, so I'm going to go back over to forms. And I've looked at your credit card authorization, your data entry, but look right here. You've also got an online client form that asks the exact same questions that the software asks. And you can do a 1 grantor or a 2 grantor, a 1 grantor or a 2 grantor. And when you click on, even if you just click on 1 grantor, it's going to ask you the same questions. Okay, so see, it's the same information as your client demo. So, and one thing while we're here looking at the client demo again, we're talking about the interview, but you can also go in because this software saves the information for you, especially if they do a free trial or if you enter the information, and so they can review their trust or they can print their estate plan. But this is right down here, step 4. You always want to emphasize the fact that there's no reason to have an estate plan if you're not going to have it properly funded. So all you got to do is come down here and click on the funding kit. Okay. And every trust that you sell is going to have a funding kit. Right there it is. See, it's just right there. And when all you have to do is come down here and you get 2 separate kits. One is a funding kit for your real estate. Okay. And it tells you how to put real estate into your trust. Okay, your deed fax, your deed service. When you click on deed service, it's going to take you straight to DeedWorks. And it's also going to give you a ledger where you can enter all the information for all the different real estate that they have. It's easy to use, easy to learn. So we're going to go back over here. I'm going to escape from that. And at the same time, I have a funding kit for all other assets. So when we go down through here for all your other assets, and people say, well, what if I don't know how to do it? Well, if you don't know how to do it, all you have to do is say, what are you talking about? Are you talking about checking accounts or cars or liability or life insurance or employer provided insurance, pensions, non-qualified tax deferred annuities, stocks and bonds? If they already own those things and want to know how to properly fund it, there you are. So you can go in here and it'll talk about your life insurance and how to do the funding on the life insurance. So you don't have to remember anything. It's all set up for you. All you have to remember is where to go get it. And the way you go get it is you type in Family Estate Docs and then enter your email address and your password, and there you are. As my grandchildren say, voila. So there, everything that you're going to need to sell this plan is already built in. Now, so I want to go back over here and so we've talked about forms. Now you also go down here and you've got client interview frequently asked questions, and this is what people ask the most about. So you print it off and study it and be aware of what most people ask their questions about. So And it's got some videos in it. Talks about survivors, but everything that you might want to know is right here. Okay. Now, so we're still in forms, and folks, right here is the client user agreement. Now, I mentioned to you earlier that the $1,995 is a fair price, and some of you are discounting when you don't need to. If you'll read this client user agreement, you'll understand why it's got the $1,995 value to it. Okay, all you have to do is click to view it, or you can print it off. Okay, but if you and people won't read it because it looks like a contract. They will not read it, but this is what you're selling, and you need to read this so that you can understand that 1995 gives them an unlimited use license on their estate plan to make changes for the rest of their lives. Now, attorneys don't tell them that. Attorneys going to charge them every time they come in the door. But you need to read this so that you'll understand that when we say 1995, it's a bargain, and you don't have to discount it. But so many of you do, and that's okay. But you're the one that makes that final decision, and that's okay. But also on forms, you not only do you have your client user agreement, you have a copy of your end user agreement. This is your agreement with Family Estate Docs. This is your contract, and some people don't read their contract, but you probably ought to read your contract, and so you'll know what's going on, and you can print a copy of it off. So on your forms, then you've got on the form section, two of the most important documents that you need to be aware of are the client's end user agreement and a copy of the end user agreement for the licensed person. Okay. Now, for those of you who are already master licensees and senior master licensees, you have two columns on here that the licensees don't have. One is you can view all your current licensees, and you can talk about your team and your team sales. So if it's somebody that you recruit makes a sale today, you can check on your software and you can pull it up and see exactly what they've done that day. You can see who's on your team. So that's something that we'll talk about in a separate interview for the master licensees and senior master licensees. And if you want to become one, just talk to me. There's some qualifications. We don't just issue it. There's some certain things you have to get accomplished. And then the next page over here is your account. Okay, so here it tells you how to set up how to use your licensee sales link if you want to. You can issue a 5-day trial. You can issue a 10-day trial. You can issue a 15-day trial, and this is all built in. All you got to do is let's say we want to do a 10-day trial. Let's say a 5-day trial. So when it goes to that free trial that's on the sales page, and when you issue the free trial, you can control the number of days. I like to issue a free trial on Thursday so that they can work with it on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then I have an opportunity to call them back either Monday or Tuesday and see what they're thinking. So you have all these links to do that, okay? Or if you want to, you can send it to them and say, here, if you want to register for a free trial, there's a button, and you've already seen the free trial page. And you can issue a 15-day free trial if you want to, or you can issue whatever number of days you want. All right, so let me go back here so you'll see where we're heading. Okay, so you got your customized web portal link. You've got your Stripe dashboard. Now, you all, we have a lot of problems on this, and so you need to be aware of that most of the time it's just people not reading the directions. Okay, so you cannot get paid unless you've set up your Stripe dashboard. And you need to set it up correctly. You need to have your bank account, nobody else's bank account. And we're not going to go into the 6-digit code right there right now, but you have to they'll use your phone number and send you the code to get you into the Stripe account. About the Stripe dashboard, you can also do subscription management. And this is your license, and you can do you can see here it's got the credit card on there that they used to charge me. I can change that if I want to. I can change my payment from monthly to annual if you wanted to, and it gives you the next billing date. Okay, and you can see mine says $1,500. Um, um, yours probably either says $49.95 or for monthly, or $500, $495 for annual. And I don't care to tell you all, the white label cost me $1,500 a month. Okay, so it's very important that I keep my production up, and it allows me to train you and keep everything going. So you got your subscription manager, and then I can come in here and I can change my W-9 if I want to, but you normally don't have to unless you switch from an individual to a subchapter S or a C corp. Okay, but you can go in and change your W-9 on your own. You don't have to be crippled and say I can't do anything. It even gives you the W-9 to do it with. So if you're signing up as a licensee, Steve or Greg might send you a copy of this W-9. And we're not going to issue any checks until we have it. But the software will ask you for it before it'll let you move forward, and you'll say, well, I'll do it later, or I'll do it right now. Okay, so then we can go in here and we can do an account review. Okay, so it's got my picture and the address and everything that I want on there, and my contact information. Then we can come down, if I want to, I can change my password. And some people say, oh, I can't get into my website because I don't remember my password. Well, I'll be honest with you. Every time you pull up Family Estate Docs and put in your email address, if you don't remember your password, it will give you the option to change your password. And then you'll get in. You don't have to shut down production. You just have to go in and change your password. Okay, so I'm gonna come back over here on your account. I can change my password. I can change my username. I can update my headshot. This is one when you first become a licensee, you can go in here and you can upload your picture and you can change all this information. This is where you up here, this information up in the upper right-hand corner, this information is where it's coming from. So I can go in and change that address. I can change the city. I can change the phone number. And when I do that, it's all going to come up here and change all this. That's how easy that is. Okay. And then you update your contact information. When I come in here, I can go in there and say, okay, this is how you get in touch with me. Some of you moved. Some of you have moved from Texas to Nebraska, or from California to Arizona. This is where you can go in and update your contact information and your address and everything like that. Okay, so now what I'm about to show you is what I think is the best part of the whole software package. And that's right here, your videos and your frequently asked questions. And when I click on that, it's going to give you a choice is are you wanting to talk to your client, or are you wanting to approach them from a licensee viewpoint? So let's go to client right now. And you can see then when somebody gets a free trial, they're going to get the videos and all the basic questions. If you don't want to read in the manuals that we give you, and you know a lot of it, but you go down through your frequently asked questions, and you can find something that you don't understand and click on it, and it'll teach you about it. And you don't have to try to answer a question. Just click on it and read it to your client, or let your client read it. All these questions right here, but the coolest thing, and what Frank and Dean have done that I think is just really amazing, is they do these high quality videos. You can look right here. Every one of these videos, what's special about a trust? What if you already have a trust? Comprehensive estate planning. There's a storm coming. This is the one I like to send out the most. But I also like this one because sometimes I deal with younger people, okay, who have elderly parents. Greg, Steve, like me and you. So anyway, let's say you have some 35 to 40-year-old clients, and they go, and you draw their family tree, and you realize that their parents are maybe 65 or 70 or 75 years old. You might want to send them this video and say, I just wanted you to know that on my webpage, we've got this video that talks about people who have aging parents. And I think you might be interested in it. And if you look at it right here, uh, it's it's uh, it's not very long. It's about 3 minutes. Okay, so but you can click on it and show it to them even on a Zoom call. So here's a video about what is family estate docs, and here's something else cool. I can click on share, and it automatically copies it on a clipboard. And I'll say okay, and then I can go to uh, an email address, and I can paste that link onto that email, and then I can send an email that says, "Hey, I heard a little bit about the situation in your family right now. I think this video might be something you might want to watch. I think you might be interested in it because I think that if you watch the video, you might benefit from a conversation with me about your current estate plan." So that's where you use your personal observation. You don't have to spend a lot of money in marketing, but that you've got 6 questions for aging parents. You've got uh, some great videos here. Okay, joint trust for children, spendthrift, uh, financial power of attorney. These are all teaching tools. And when somebody asks you a question, you can say, if you're doing a Zoom call or an email talk, say, well, let me send you a video to watch, and I'll be in touch with you about an hour. So these are great videos, and they're strong videos. Um, and they come from the perspective of the uh, client, but they also come from the perspective of the licensee. Some of them look like they're the same; they're just a little bit different. But here's a video. If you're a master licensee or a senior master licensee, you can send this out to other agents, the $1 Million Sales Tool, and say, "Hey, I know you're interested in estate planning, but before we talk, why don't you watch this video?" There's a storm coming, a game changer. That's a pretty cool video. But and you in your conversations, and this is one thing right here about the pathway to sales that's Frank Divers there. Uh, he teaches what the sales flow is if you want to do that. And that's a little longer video, but you might want to watch it. Okay, so the cool thing about this website, besides it being easy to learn, besides it being easy to use, is it's thorough, and it'll cover everything you need to know in all 50 states. So if you're a new licensee, you might want to we spent about an hour here this morning talking about it, but you might want to surf through the website and see how good it is, or you might want to contact me or Greg Davis or Steve Holmes, or just get in touch with me at Randall Baxter at randallbaxter.com and ask a question, and I'll refer you to the proper person, or I'll try and answer the question myself. I'm not always available, so that's why we try to make people available that can answer your questions for you. So anyway, that's the website, and what I would encourage you to say is, if you use it, you'll get very comfortable with it, and you'll realize that and I guess Steve would be here to tell you it took me 2 or 3 years to not be afraid of it, but I was so busy doing other things that I didn't have time to learn it. And then once I learned it, I realized that how easy it was. So I just want to encourage you to know that this is a very easy piece of software. So other than that, that's all I've got to say about that. And if you're not a licensee and you want to be a licensee, get in touch with us. If you're a licensee and feel a little uncomfortable about information, everything's at your fingertips. Plus, for training, we'll train you. If you want to be coached, we'll coach you. We believe that those are two different things. If we train you, we're just building a knowledge base. If we're coaching you, we're implementing marketing campaigns, and we're talking about how to best get your people who have done business with you in the past to talk to you, or people who have not done business with you in the past to talk to you. So we'll give you every tool, every piece of support you want. All you have to do is implement. All you have to do is have enough tenacity and enough drive, or enough ambition, or enough desire to go in and change the lives of your clients with this easy to use, easy to learn, affordable software. So I'm Randall Baxter. I'm the president of Asset Positioning Services, and we provide the family estate docs software to financial services professionals all over the United States. We'd like to have you join us, and we teach class every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We call that our group instruction and drill. We also have individual instruction and drills by appointment, and we also have performance reviews if you want to commit and have somebody who's going to coach you through it. And if your performance is going up and your income's going up, then we know that we're doing the right kind of coaching. So we'll talk about all this again. I hope y'all have a great day, and thank you for listening.